Individually and as a society, we make lots of important decisions about how we use landscapes. When making these decisions, we can draw on complex techniques, such as mathematical modelling, to estimate the likely impact of our choices. But landscapes are also about people. And for this reason, research on landscape decision-making can greatly benefit from the involvement of the arts, humanities, and social sciences. This has been a core principle of the Landscape Decisions programme. The programme's coordination team has worked to bring together multidisciplinary research projects that extend beyond the natural sciences and which have started to uncover better ways of making complicated choices about how we use our precious land.
The work that I've previously done has been about how people's ideologies and identities and understandings of themselves and their lives come about through their interactions with the world around them, and often that means as they engage in their landscapes, often rural landscapes. My interest in landscape decisions is really about trying to explore how best we can capture some of that information so it can then feed into these really crucial decisions being made about the worlds in which people live their lives.
So I've been involved in 2 of the Landscape Decisions programme projects, one of which is specifically about connecting disadvantaged children and young people with the landscape. I think using art as a way of understanding how you feel about a place and being able to express how you feel about a place is really useful. And although a lot of the people that we work with wouldn't consider themselves good at art or even interested in art, just encouraging them to work in different ways through touch and hearing and smell, all of those approaches help them to feel differently about the landscape. At the end of the project, they were able to express those feelings in ways that I think they might not have done had they not done those artistic related creative activities during the time that they were in these spaces.
The Landscape Decisions programme is a network of 63 interrelated research projects, with teams working across multiple disciplines in institutions across the UK. These projects are funded by UK Research and Innovation. The programme coordination team, based at the University of Leicester, is multidisciplinary and brings extensive experience across a range of fields. Fostering collaboration across different academic disciplines, as well as between researchers and policy, business and land management partners, has been a key goal of the programme. The arts, humanities, and social sciences have played a crucial role in this process by helping to bridge divides and engage actors from a diverse range of backgrounds. Our aim has been to help build a new community that is capable of articulating and underpinning new thinking about landscapes.
The Landscapes of the Mind project actually at its very heart developed many methods that showed good collaboration. For one, we developed a method called a visual matrix, which is a group method which enables subjective tacit knowledge to bring to bear once you engage in pictures that can help you formulate and use your memories, your feelings, your emotions in relation to particular pictures. It's almost like word association, but in a more formal sense. That was an amazing thing to do online. Another method that we developed, which showed great collaboration, was something called the Transformational Moments with Landscape event, where we all in our network shared moments in our lives where our interaction with the landscape really transformed us as humans. It may have transformed our careers, our futures, the way we thought about the world. It might sound quite grand, but it really was a wonderful method to share with our network, and something that I very much recommend as a kind of almost like an icebreaker for bringing together people from very disparate disciplines or backgrounds.
So the collaboration between schools and colleges and community groups and artists was phenomenal. I think all of those people getting to know one another, as well as the groups, the specific groups that they were involved with, was really interesting. As a result, actually, we have continued to work with those people in different projects as far as we can, and I would love to do more.
If the world is to respond to the challenges posed by climate change, we will have to radically rethink how we use our landscapes. The arts can play a powerful role in this process by helping people make sense of the changes around them, and by engaging different groups and communities to ensure the transition to a net zero society is achieved in an inclusive way.
So our project was about finding a more inclusive process through which communities might be consulted, specifically around sites that are likely to disappear or be radically changed as a result of our move away from the carbon culture of the 20th century to a new net zero economy. I mean, the buildings you can see behind me were deindustrialised, and the coal mining here stopped in the 1970s, and in the wider area in the 1980s and 1990s. My project's really been about how arts might play a really crucial role in how we engage local publics in the futures of these sites. And we invited these three artists, a group of artists, to present us with different methods for how they might engage people utilising what we in Stoke-on-Trent often called co-creative arts, often sometimes called socially engaged art. And the principle is that you work with local people in order to produce art, and through that you can gain information about what their feelings and understandings are about a particular site or about a particular place or landscape. The demolition of these sites can sometimes feel like it's an attack by the environmental movement upon them. A part of our ethos here was to make it okay to be proud of these sites, because people have worked at these sites for a long time. They've been a really important part of making life in the UK better for almost everyone. And so people in these local communities are rightfully proud of these sites, even as they're, I think on the whole, able to recognise that fossil fuels are a problem for the global climate and local pollution that needs to be phased out. One of the groups of artists that we worked with were two filmmakers who produced what has become an award-winning film about Forley Power Station on the south coast. We then screened that film through a series of screenings in the local village hall in Forley, invited lots of residents along and asked them questions based on what they'd seen. So we had these quite different creative artistic methods, and we tried to encourage our artists to be to be experimental. If you engage people in the right way, you can encourage them to really take charge of the heritages of which they've really been a part, because people already feel that they have that right. You just have to provide people with the opportunity to express that. It's something that I'm going to go away feeling proud of, and I think more than anything else, it's kind of led on to other projects.
Across the two projects, we worked with 10 different groups and in about 6 or 7 different locations. One group created their own t-shirts and a banner to take through the streets of their local town, which were expressing their thoughts about nature. It was very clear that the more they understood about it, the more they respected it, and the more they cared about it. And that's going to make a difference to how they see nature itself in the future, and how hopefully they will strive to protect it.
The research conducted during the Landscape Decisions programme is helping us to make better decisions for the benefit of society, individual well-being, the economy and the environment, now and in the future. To find out more, please visit landscapedecisions.org.